Arman Tsarukyan has resurfaced. You know, if I was tasked, maybe you guys just came and asked me, hey, Chael, look at the whole roster. Look at all 767 of these interchangeable mediocrities. But see if you can identify a star. I believe I would bring to you Arman Tsarukyan. He has something. And I think you're going to have to just accept this and believe me. I don't think you'll be able to argue with me, because I don't think right off the top of your head you can think of anything you've seen him do. Like, getting in front of Arman Tsarukyan is a very difficult thing. And when you get there, he doesn't give you a lot. He's pretty dry, but he's got a look. He really does. And he's got a charm, and he's got a presence. And I just got reminded of all these things as I'm watching a clip of him where somebody got a hold of him for an interview, and it looked like a media member saw him out and about and approached him. They're outside their bar cars. Tsarukyan wants to be anywhere other than doing this interview, but he does stop, and he does give this guy some time, and it comes up that Tsarukyan, now, to remind you, Tsarukyan is, or was, the number one contender. Number one contender means that you have a signed bout agreement to fight the champion next. It does not mean ranked number one. However, Tsarukyan was ranked number one, and he was the number one contender, and he never lost a fight. And there's not a discussion that he returned to that same spot. So, we understand what he's not going to do. Then let's start to understand what he is going to do. And he offered us a little insight. He said that he was giving a call to fight Khamzat. And he spoke of Khamzat, and I want to say that Khamzat's ranked number 7. I don't actually know, and I don't even know where to find out. But I think that's what I read. Not to mention, that would feel about right. Khamzat anywhere in that 7 to 10, that would feel right. Tsarukyan said no. But because of the ranking, said he's ranked too low. And he even called it a gift. He said, what an incredible gift. I'm going to come in and give the number 7 guy. I'm going to give him a chance to fight the number one contender. He said, you got to work your way up, and it's a slow build, and you don't go from 1 to 7. And if it was 8 to 7 or 10 to 7, you understand my point. He's saying, I'm here and Khamzat's here. And I personally didn't think there was too big of a spread there. 1 to 7, that feels about right to me. All over the board. You take number 12, you put him with number 5. You take number 9 and you put him with number 2. Like, that feels right to me, that kind of a spread. But Tsarukyan was different. All he could look at was his own experiences, and he said, nobody ever did that for me. I never had a gift like that. I had to do a slow build. I'm not fighting Khamzat. Not interested in fighting Khamzat. And, I mean, the way that Tsarukyan has handled whatever it was that happened with Islam, whatever that was, and I know the way that the story goes, but if the story were believed, he'd still be the number one contender. So there's a pushback on the information that's been given. So, what do you do in that spot? Because at the same time that I tell you he was a number one contender, he didn't fight, he did not lose, but he's no longer number one contender. Like, the same thing that I can tell you that his win over Charles Oliveira didn't go away. Like his ascension and the guys that he's beat, it's a very interesting spot. I don't hate the Khamzat idea, frankly. I like it. I like that idea. And I get it. And I think if Khamzat's anywhere, that's 7, 8, 9, 10 for him to take on Arman. Now, I'm assuming that Arman is number 1, by the way. I'm assuming that. But there's a part of me that's going, no, Chael, go look again. It's Charles. It could be. It could be. there is a very lack of integrity or understanding within the rankings room. But I will stand by the idea that at a minimum I liked hearing from Tsarukyan. I liked that he was back. I liked that he took his time out of his night, whether he was trying to get to a car, get the hell out of there or not. I liked that he stopped and talked to him. I liked that he gave us inside information. Gamrot had never given us that. Might have been wise for Gamrot to have given us that. If Gamrot really wanted that fight, I think that Gamrot would have come out and said, this is what we're trying to do, and he's resisting it. But there's also a chance that Gamrot's hands are clean and he didn't even know it was offered. There's a very good chance that Gamrot learned that Tsarukyan and he were being put together in this interview, right? If Tsarukyan gets a phone call and he's saying no, there's no reason to call Gamrot. So I'm just sharing with you. I don't know what information these guys had, but I thought Tsarukyan represented himself very well. I thought he made his argument very well. And you're left to guess. When he goes quiet and dark, like he's done, what message is he giving us? And I know one interpretation out there, because I felt myself being pulled to it, which is he's okay with what happened. He understands. Supposed to fight Islam. Something happens the day before. That fight doesn't go off because of me. Whatever happened, but it was on me. And now there's going to be a purgatory period. That's what his closed mouthness led me to believe. And I think I'm still there. I think after seeing this interview that he is accepting of the delay those actions are going to bring him to get in a title shot. I think. But there was also a confidence, and there's almost an arrogance when Tsarukyan speaks. Not quite. He gets right up to that line, and he never crosses it. And I do wish that they would have asked him about Ilia Topuria. I'm told behind the scenes, Tsarukyan and Topuria will never fight because they both ultimately tie their self to Georgia. But I have no idea what being from Georgia and another guy being from Georgia has to do with you won't fight. Like there's some kind of no Georgian against Georgian policy. That's just simply not so. And I would have liked to have gotten a little bit of clarity on it. When you have the top guy, and then all of a sudden you have another guy that's going to come in and assume a top position, like Tsarukyan and Ilia are head-to-head, whether they like that suggestion or not. I would have liked to have heard him speak about Ilia, but overall, it really was a good piece, and it really was nice to hear from Arman Tsarukyan.